Hello. Today we'll discuss about an important topic from Unit 1 that is called as managing input-output in C. So we all know that input is a process of reading data for a problem and output is a process of presenting the data to a particular, the results of a particular program to the user. So therefore, basically, whenever we do a large amount of input-output operations, it becomes very essential to think about the different functions supported by C language to provide input and output operations in C. So therefore, since the user expects the output to come in his own format, his own prescribed format, there are a large number of functions that are available in C language to support input-output operations. Basically, what we are going to look at today is introduction, unformatted input-output operations, and formatted input-output operations. So this is a brief look at the functions that we are going to deal today. Scanf, printf, getchar, putchar, getis, putis. This is what we're going to see in detail. So now, what is the different types of functions available, input-output operation functions available in C? There are two types, formatted and unformatted. Formatted are those input-output functions which support reading and writing of different types of data, and formatted uses format specifiers. On the other hand, there is some functions which are specific to the type of data being read or write and are called as unformatted input-output functions, which basically do not use any kind of format specifiers. So out of this, what comes under formatted and what comes under unformatted? The formatted input-output functions are printf and scanf, and the unformatted functions are getis, putis, getchar, putchar, etc. So basically, formatted uses format specifiers capable of reading, writing multiple types of data. Unformatted do not use format specifier. They are specific to the type of data that is being read or written. Okay, so basically input-output operations are divided into two types. High-level input-output operations which read and write data from consoles or devices, and low-level input-output operations which read and write data from files. So low-level input-output operations will be read as a part of third unit in the next chapter. And now we look at high-level input-output operations. So to start with, high-level input-output operations are divided into two types: high-level formatted input-output operations and high-level unformatted input-output operations. So here we are looking at the unformatted input-output operations. Okay, so high-level unformatted input-output operations. What are they? Example: getchar, putchar, getis, putis, etc. So getchar, as the name says, getchar is a function that is used to read one character at a time from keyboard or from console. So if you are giving multiple characters at a time, you take one character at a time using a function called as getchar. On the other hand, putchar is a function that is used to write one character at a time to monitor or screen. Whereas getis is a function that is used to read multiple characters, a group of characters at once. And putis is a function that is used to write multiple characters at once to a monitor. So the syntax is getchar of ch is equal to getchar and putchar of ch, getis of string and putis of string. So these are a few unformatted input-output operation functions which are used to support input and output operations. So then coming to formatted input-output operations. So how does formatted function happens? Formatted uses scanf and printf. The formatted input function is scanf. Input means reading, so for reading is done using scanf, which is capable of reading multiple types of data. The syntax for scanf is, here is the syntax: scanf control string ampersand variable list. So that is, scanf terminates when a mismatched character is found, whenever a new line is encountered, etc. Then going to scanf, what are the various kinds of format specifiers that you can be using in scanf? So if you got to read an integer, we'll use %d for short integer, %d for short unsigned integer, %u, long integer, %ld, hexadecimal %x, long hexadecimal %ix, etc. These are a few things that you used in scanf, which requires a format specifier to let the compiler know the type of data that is being read. So then go to formatted output function printf. So printf is a function that is used to write a group of text or some data, or possibly both, on a monitor. So therefore, if you want to write multiple types of data on screen at once, That means in a single go, then all of us need to use a function called as printf. So printf generally is used in two types. Printf, if you just want to print text, then you'll use printf inside double quotes. What is the text that you want to display? For example, the common problem, hello world. If I want to display hello world, then I say printf, double quotes open, hello world, double quotes close the bracket, semicolon. That's how printf prints hello world on the screen. So in the same way, if you want to print sum of 5 and 3 is equal to 8, in that case, we can write it like sum of %d and %d is equal to %d, where %d is a format specifier that is used to indicate an integer that is being used. So you put a double quote close, comma, then you write a comma b comma c, indicating that a is first %d, b is associated with the second %d inside the control string, and sum is associated with the third %d inside the control string. So this is how you print only text, or you can also print both text and some variable values together. So this is about formatted output function printf. Printf also requires format specifiers for you to print a particular data. In addition to printf, in addition to using format specifiers, printf employs we were just discussed about a concept called as using printing output in a format prescribed by the user. The user requires the output to be printed in a format which he desires or which they desire. So therefore, printf is supported with a number of options and called as width. So generally, if I want to print out integers in a variety of ways, then we can use printf %wd, where w stands for width. Width is the total amount of space given to print a particular integer. D is the format specifier for integer, w is width. And it can also happen in two ways. One is left justification followed by a minus symbol, and the other is right justification followed by nothing. A positive width indicates that the data is right justified. A negative width indicates that the data is left justified. And 0 indicates that the data is padded at the front using zeros. So on the same way, here are a few examples. Printf %dx just prints x. Printf %07d prints a given value of x in 7 spaces. And if say x is 1, 2, 3, then it will print like 1, 2, 3 with 4 spaces at the starting. But because it is prescribed with a 0, it will have 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Printf %3d will print 1, 2, 3. Printf %-4d will print 1, 2, 3 followed by 2 spaces. So it's left justified. Then %60. Okay, so this is about printing a single character. How do you print a character? Just like how %wd works, in the same way %wc also works, where w is the amount of width given to print a character. So here is an example as seen on the screen. And so on that note, thank you.